Hi, everyone. It's Lori Brown, and I'm so excited that you're here today with Hey Nurses, What's Next? How nurses became business owners and successful entrepreneurs. And listen, I had this whole series recorded, ready to go. And then I had a breakfast with this wonderful human, Giovanna Navarro, and we talked about her business. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to add her. So this is just an extra special bonus on top of all those great nurse business owners you've already heard from. But I couldn't go without this series without having you hear her. So Giovanna, who goes by Joanna, welcome.
Hi, Lori. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm excited.
Me too. Um, I'll have to be honest. I met as sort of a patient. And she helped me feel better. So of course she has a special place in my heart. But let's hear about your business.
Sure, Lori. So pretty much what I've been doing for the past 6 years is nurse coaching. I'm board certified as a nurse coach. I'm also a HeartMath practitioner, and I also have my private practice as a neuro change solutions consultant, which is where I provide wellness workshops to companies, entrepreneurs, business owners, and it can be done either online or in person.
Wonderful. And so tell us about HeartMath.
So HeartMath is it's if you heard about the HeartMath Institute, it's an institution that's been in the for about 30 years doing research on neurology, cardiology, and our brain and heart coherence. And they have been studying the amazing results that happen when we change our breathing patterns, when we connect with our heart, with our feelings, and how it can improve many things for us, work performance, our relationships in our family and at work, and how to get more creative and more productive. So that's what I do. I help people with whatever problems they have and teach them how to apply these beautiful tools on a day-to-day basis, even with their eyes open. They can do it anytime at the workplace and no one can know the difference.
Wow. I think I have a HeartMath too, and the device, and I think it's wonderful. It really helps you get in coherence, and it's just so good for your body and your well-being.
Absolutely, absolutely. They have many tools that you can use. You can do breathing techniques on your own, or you can have devices that you can carry in your cell phone, your computer at home. So there's many, many options for you to learn to apply this beautiful knowledge.
So tell me, how did you decide to start your business?
Well, I started because I was a bedside nurse for many, many years. And when my daughter was born, which is almost 14 years ago, I was already experiencing some of the burnout. I was, having trouble sleeping. I was trouble having digestive issues because, you don't get to eat much when you work in the hospital shift. And when my daughter was about to be born, I was working in the EP lab and the cath lab. And as you know, you have to wear this big lead vest and whatnot. And I just said, this is not the quality of life that I want for myself and for my daughter. So I decided to step away from bedside nursing and I went into clinical. So I went to work for a doctor's office with 5 cardiologists because that was my background. And it was great. But at the same time, there was just something in me that I was just like exhausted. I said, no, the typical 8 to 5 just wasn't for me anymore. So I started looking for nursing jobs that would be remote, part-time, and nothing was really coming up until I found this one that was called a care manager. And it caught my attention because I've heard about case managers from hospitals, but not really a care manager. And it turns out that there's many, many options for us nurses to work as care managers, which is where you work with your insurance to coach patients into health and to get them to be compliant with the medical recommendations that they're giving them at that moment. So it's a great experience to really connect with people either by phone or by camera and help them really improve their health.
Wow. So, and you've also worked for Fitbit and Google. You've had an amazing career.
Yes, yes. So that the one thing led to the other. So when I started working as a care manager for that company, I felt that there was something missing. Like I was able to talk to the patients, help them make some progress, But at the same time, when they had some kind of barriers, I felt like I needed more tools to help them. And that's why I decided to obtain my nurse coaching degree. And there's many coaching institutes that you can look up, but I actually went directly with the American Holistic Nurses Association to see which coaching institutes they were going to approve because I wanted to be board certified. So I came into this great academy, which is called Wisdom of the Whole Academy. And they have a program that you can do online, and it's for 6 months. And you can apply for the ICF certification or for the Board of Nursing certification. And after I got that certificate, I felt more confident as a nurse coach to really guide them through whatever changes they were going through. And I found that Fitbit was hiring actually health coaches. That was the position, health coach, not really nurse coach. But I said, I'm going to give it a try. I just felt this little hunch inside of me. And when I interviewed, I was actually interviewed by 5 people at the same time because they were so curious. They wanted to know what a nurse coach was because they had never heard about this. So when I told them how you can integrate the nursing knowledge with the health coaching, lifestyle coaching, they were just amazed and they hired me on the spot. So that really opened many doors for me. And I keep promoting that to companies to say, look up into nurse coaching because it's a really good resource for companies.
So, what was your biggest obstacle you had to overcome in starting your own business?
In starting my own business, I would say time management and being consistent, having that discipline to really work your business. You have to take this as a full-time job at the beginning. You have to create your own schedule, your own routine, because if you get into the trap that, it's my own time, I'm working from home, I can do whatever I want, you won't be making the progress that you desire. So time management, getting organized with my time, I would say was the biggest obstacle for me.
Okay. And then how is it you decided to leave your day job? How'd you know it was time?
It was time. Actually, it was more of a personal thing because I was experiencing, like I said, the burnout at the hospitals. When I was working at the office, I still felt kind of exhausted, like there was something wrong with me. And even though that I was working a day job, my health wasn't where it wanted to be. I was eating the right things, I was exercising, but the stress of having to work full time was just affecting me on a whole nother level. So that's when I made the decision that there had to be something else for me where I can tie those values, family time, personal time, and work time.
Mm. And now you're juggling 3 businesses, you're coaching, and the HeartMath and the Neuro change solutions. So we talked about nurse coaching and the HeartMath, but let's talk a little bit about the Neuro change solutions.
Absolutely. So NeuroChain Solutions is a company that was created by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And for those of you that don't know him, he's a neuroscientist who's teaching people how to learn a scientific and medical perspective on meditation and the benefits that it can provide to our body. He does week-long events all around the world, but when he's not doing that, he's teaching corporations and business owners how to apply that knowledge in the corporate world so that you can improve your teamwork, your communication, your creativity, reduce absences, retention issues, you name it. So that's what I do when I'm not traveling for the events. I'm teaching either mostly online or in person to different corporations or business owners that want to improve whatever issue that they're having in their business.
That's great. In fact, Dr. Joe Dispenza wrote a book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, because what got you here to where you are as a competent registered nurse will not get you where you want to go in your own business without changing who you are fundamentally, because nursing is not designed. Your patients come with the room, your benefits, your pay, everything, and you have to completely rewire who you are and your psychology about yourself in order to attract clients. So I bring that up because I run a high-level mastermind for nurse business owners. It's a year-long program where I take them by the hand and help them grow their business. And one client was struggling, and I gave her that book, and she read it and changed everything. So those of you struggling, I'd recommend.
Yes, there's a very important point with all this, Lori, and it's that whatever your passion is, whatever is calling you, you have to follow it, because nowadays it's not just having a professional degree, it's not just having an idea, but if it's not connected to your life values and your beliefs, it's going to feel like a struggle. It's something that's going to deplete you. But when your heart's on it, just magical things are going to happen, and it's going to feel fun and easy for you. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's scary, but you just like nursing school is scary, just like taking the NCLEX is scary. You've been there, done that. You walked right through it. And that's what you need to do for your business as well.
Exactly. It's just like a leap of faith of taking that step. And yes, it might be scary, but if it doesn't scare you, then what's the point of sticking until the old routine and everything else, right? And it's just like another thing that I always tell my clients is there's nothing wrong with wanting to help people and wanting to make a lot of money at the same time. There's absolutely
Right.
nothing wrong with that. We shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed of that. And nursing provides that, whether you decide to create a hustle that's related to nursing or something completely different.
Yeah. So this Neuro Change Solution, say people watching are in leadership at their hospitals and would like to bring you in to help at their facilities and with their nursing staff or other staff, how can they reach you about it?
Yeah, so you can go to my website, which is just like my name, giovannanavarro.com, and you can see all the what the program entails, the duration, and what the requirements are. But pretty much it's a workshop that's very flexible. It's created for busy schedules, especially, in the hospital, you name it, that there's not a lot of time. So we can accommodate the workshop to the hospital needs and just spread it out. It can be like a 2-day thing, or it can be, several hours a week. And it can accommodate, like I said, online or in person, but it's really designed to improve the efficiency and the overall teamwork within any department or corporation, or either in the hospitals as well.
Mm, that sounds great. And what results have you had by training using the NCS?
Well, the results have been really mind blowing. It's something that had even surprised me, to be honest with you, because you can see people transform in a matter of 2 days. Once you understand that the way you think, the way you act, and the way you feel, it's what's creating your environment, your circumstances. And once you become aware of those thoughts that are depleting you, those feelings that are keeping you stuck or feeling insecure, frustrated, stressed, once you become aware of that and you have the tools to change them, beautiful things happen. And the great thing about this workshop is that it's not like any other training, because it's based on neuroscience. It's a layer learning. There's a lot of proven resources that you can use. And then there's a 30-day follow-up, which I guide you through after the workshop. So you just need to spend about 15 minutes each day for 30 days. So if you can really implement these new habits, because that's the best thing. Sometimes people attend trainings, they're great, but 2 days go by, they shelve it, they forget about it, and they don't apply it. But with this proven formula, you do 30 days, 15 minutes a day, and you will have those permanent changes that are going to benefit you, your team, and even your own personal life.
That's great. Yeah, I do. I use Dr. Joe's formula, and I've had amazing results, and so grateful for him and for you for being the nurse there. um, and in fact, I was recently at a program, and they showed a video of the NCS being done in a prison, and you can see on video these people's faces who believed that they were just stuck and didn't have a life, completely change and find value in who they are, even if they weren't free. Freedom's in your mind. It was amazing.
It's a very powerful testimony about that. When you feel hopeless, when you feel that there's no way out, when you dig deep inside of you and you get in touch with your heart and who you truly are, what your life purpose is, it's just transformation is just inevitable. Yeah.
Thank you. So what advice would you have for a nurse who wants to start their own business?
So my best advice will be to do your own research, follow people that you feel like you can connect to, see what they're doing, and see if this is going to be a good fit for you. But just don't follow what everyone else is doing. Is find your passion and trust your intuition and do it. There's many opportunities out there.
And it sounds like your own business has taken multiple iterations before you found what you truly love. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. I kept searching until I found something because I always felt like I was doing, but there was enough or something was missing. And now I was finally able to align that because understand there's people that have a huge need and there's the knowledge out there, but there was this huge gap of how can we bring these two together, be it
mhm.
because lack of time, lack of resources, taboos, you name it. And just, what I'm doing right now just blends in so well that I'm very blessed to be able to bring more people together and to this awareness of change.
That's wonderful. And so, what's your favorite mantra that helps you get through the day?
Oh, my favorite mantra was one that a friend shared with me many, many years ago. And I always say it, which is I attract people that help me heal and grow. I
I
just say
love
that every single day. I'm so grateful for the people in my life.
that. And I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful our paths have crossed. Um, so, if they want to reach you, just go to giovannanavarro.com.
Yes, you can go through my website directly, or you can send me an email, which is at giovannan@neurochangesolutions.com.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for being here and providing such great value. I truly appreciate your input, and I hope those of you watching see why I felt so called to do this bonus session for you.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much, Lori, for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm
I
truly honored.
appreciate it. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.